Oliver Tree,
What
there he
is
is.
popping, bro? How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy November. We got a new month. How you feeling?
Feeling great, bro. It's the start. No Nut November. I am ready, my man.
I forgot about that, dude. That is a sketchy thing, and that is the one bond I feel like guys all have between us. Like we have to stay strong.
And as one TikToker to another TikToker, we need to stay strong, bro. We're in this together.
We are in this together. I love it. Well, besides that, how has life been for you lately? I mean, obviously the song is just a monster right now, and you talk so much about advice and life and stuff. How's life for you been lately?
Life is incredible, bro. I just got back from the Middle East where I've been mixing my country album, Cowboy Tears. It was insane. I went to Morocco and Egypt and I was exploring filming a documentary and I wrote a feature film. So I've been busy. I've been creative, more prolific than ever, and I'm feeling inspired, man. How are you?
Doing well. I'm so glad to get to do like this Audacy check-in and get to meet you finally through this Zoom. I can't wait to meet you in person once your tour kicks off here in LA. It's going to be
Likewise.
so much fun. But that's so
We'll be
interesting you
making some
mentioned.
tiki talkies, my man.
You know we are. I got to get on that sound, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. I got to
What are you doing? Let's get this going, bro.
I always do random words on the radio. I feel like you'd be the best guy for a random word to sneak in.
Let's
Or I may
do
lose
it.
my
I'm
job.
ready.
I don't know.
You let me know when you want me. I'm there.
I'll let you stew on that. Think of a great word. But that's so interesting with going to the Middle East. Why there to work on the album?
Seemed like an obvious place for me to go mix this country record. I've never been to the Middle East, and basically, I am in the process of hitting all the continents. So right now, I'm about to announce South American tour, and then after
Mhm.
that is just Antarctica. So I'm in the process of just hitting everything and touching ground everywhere, and hopefully, I can hit 100 countries by next year. I'm hoping.
Absolutely. And you hear that all the time. South America and Antarctica. It's like your biggest fan base. I don't know what it is,
No,
but
well, that's the thing. I'm trying to get a show in Antarctica, and they're giving me so much trouble, man. It's harder than you think. You got to play at the army base.
that's it. That's the
That's
only
it.
way.
Yeah. So
Huh.
I'm looking at it. I think Metallica is the only one to really do it. So I'm having my agents look into trying to play at the same place they did.
Man, how cool would that be? Metallica and Oliver Tree getting to play Antarctica. Unbelievable.
Ready, dude. And I'll play my country music out there. They never had a country act, so I
That's
think
right. And they go nuts for any kind of show. Like it's just like Alaska, even. Like they get
yeah.
Tim McGraw, and it's like they shut down the whole state because they love country and they just love shows in general. So
I
it'd be
think Pitbull
wild.
did a show in Alaska at a Walmart, right?
Yeah,
You know about that?
like a
The whole
Taco
city
Bell.
shut down. Yeah, it
They
was
flew in a
insane.
Taco Bell truck because they don't have Taco Bell there, and they shut down the whole city.
It's
It's
insane.
like a whole holiday. You know, I don't know how you start your day. I heard you started with a hot Cheetos bath. Is that a ritual that we all need to adopt?
So that's actually a misconception. I do that only before I go on stage. That's part of my
Mm,
rider. I take a hot Cheeto bath about 5 minutes before I step on the stage. But day to day, I'm a normal everyday guy, just wake up and take a shower,
hmm
spend about 3 hours on my hair.
Have to.
And then I jump into interviews or, every day is different for me. One day might be writing a screenplay. One day might be filming a documentary in the Middle East. One day might be doing some belly dancing. You never really know.
It just keeps it always fresh and exciting. And I
100%.
love it. And the hair, I mean, gosh, next level stuff. Do you have
Yeah,
a
this is a
guy? I
bullet.
saw
I'm
the
trying to bring
video.
the bullet to the mainstream. So this is a bowl cut mullet, and it's something that I'm not the first to do it, but I'm going to be the first guy who brings it to the center stage,
Yeah.
mainstream style.
Oh, the best to do it. I mean, and to hit a country album now, just with that hair, I'm just saying, like, the fan base is going to go nuts. And the genre is going to go nuts. You're
Well,
going to start a whole
funny you
wave.
say that because I shared a little sneak peek of my country album, and my fans hated it, and they
Mhm.
basically were like, "Boo, we don't want your country music." And I've been working on this for years now, and I'm like,
Right.
"Look, if you guys don't want it, I don't even care because I listen to this. I love it. It's the only thing I listen to. I don't listen to music. I don't have iTunes. I don't have Spotify. I don't have Apple Music. Ignorance is bliss when it comes to music. I don't listen to my old music. Anything that's already out on Spotify, I'm not listening to
Dang.
that. I only listen to the new stuff. So I'm like, this is the greatest album I've ever heard in my entire life. If you guys don't want it, I could care less because I'm listening to this thing 24/7.
Doing it for you. And I love that.
100%.
That's so interesting, too. So, like, any kind of creative block or any kind of input you want, is there anybody you go to, or you're doing
I
what you
don't
feel?
get creative blocks. I have a system in play where if I'm feeling burnt out on one thing, I just move to the next. So like it's
Mm,
hard to get burnt out. If you're doing mixing of an album, you're going to be like, oh, I'm exhausted. But if you're in the Middle East and you're going to be climbing up a mountain to a waterfall or going to the pyramids the next day, you don't even, it's just like full inspiration. So I'm always traveling, taking in the sights. But beyond that, I'm switching genres. I'm moving different things. You know, I filmed 17 documentaries in the last 4 years. So I have a huge amount of content that's why all my stuff on TikTok is 5 years old. It's all with the old haircut. I don't know if you've seen any of it, but there's nothing with this new haircut except for one video I filmed when I hit 10 million followers, which the label made me do. It wasn't even my idea, but I don't even, feel like a TikToker. I'm just a guy dumping all his old content on there.
Right. I can't wait for the posthumous stuff. Not to get dark, but like literally, there's
no. I'm waiting. I've been talking about it all day. I can't wait, dude. I've got thousands of songs in the vault, and I think a lot of this stuff will stand well in the test of times.
That's so inspiring. You got me fired up for it. Like, I mean, I just want to go hike a mountain right now. And
well, dude, that's all I do. I just was born to inspire people. So if you're feeling it firsthand right here, that's my job being done. I can go to bed happy tonight.
Wow. Dang. Well, you say you don't listen to any of the old stuff once you put it out, but there is a sick remix out right now. You had Clean Bandit hop on, Life Goes On. How does that process work? Do they just like do it and they want to do it and they remix it, or do they reach out to you, or how does it kind of happen to remix?
So with my remixes, it's pretty specific. We're just kind of getting started to unload some of them, but basically we put a bunch of names into a hat and we do it old school style. We just pull the name out and then we reach out and see if they're interested. And a lot of people will say no. They're like, we never heard of this guy. We're not interested. But then again, you get a lot of people who say yes. So I have some pretty crazy remixes I'm working on for this song, and I'm not going to say names and I'm not going to say what, but we are making some crazy remixes for Life Goes On. So, and I also made an acoustic version yesterday. So I have some beautiful stuff rebuilding the song in new ways that will be coming shortly.
Well, who's in that hat? I'm so curious now. He's like, did Diplo miss out? And you got like,
bro, I was with Diplo last week. We're making country house music and rock house
killing
music.
That too.
Yeah, I'm going to be recording again with him tomorrow night. So I went with him last week. We were cooking up some heat. Like, have you ever heard rock house music before?
I mean, if you haven't, I mean, it sounds like it's something I need to hear.
I haven't heard it. We're making the genre right now. So I'm working with him. Maybe an EP will come. We don't really know. But yeah, I'm working with all kinds of people. We'll see what happens with the remixes. But I'm going to ask him tomorrow, see if he'll do one.
Yeah. I got to hear about it. I got to hear some of that. That's unbelievable. New genres, making waves. You say you don't really consider yourself a TikToker, but I mean, what an insane following just with everything. Do you spend time on TikTok at all? Like,
I don't even have the app. No, I don't use it. I'm not kidding. I don't use social media. Basically, my team will send me little snippets here and there, and my label sends me metrics, and I have a hard time believing if the numbers are real or not. They told me that between the 3 original sounds on TikTok, there's 10 million videos. And then they're telling me the unofficial sounds, there's somewhere between 20 million and upwards of that. So I take it all with a grain of salt, anything the label tells me. But what I will say is, I've got a lot of really little young kid fans. So, and I think they're all from TikTok because they're like babies, essentially, ages 1 to 5. So I've seen that that's happened over the last couple months. And I think that may be the TikTok audience.
Wow. What do you think is it that sticks for the babies, the 1-year-olds? What are they seeing?
I don't know. I think that they just know good stuff when they see it, and something about it connects with them. I will say they're the most valuable minds. They are the future. So as far as I'm concerned, those babies will grow into the humans of the future, and me inspiring them will inspire the world. So it's part of a bigger picture here.
Man, they're getting phones younger and younger. I feel like. My goodness. Yeah. 1-year-old.
Straight up.
They just grow up with them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So those numbers you talk about that don't make sense, is it like for streaming as well? Because I have them here at 340 million streams on Life Goes On. Can you even comprehend those type of numbers? Like, it just
how much did you say? How much?
340 million global streams.
They've never even told me that. This is the first
I got it. I counted, and this is
the first time I've heard this. So that's awesome. For one. For two, I seen that the Spotify in the last month and a half went from 4 million monthly listeners to something like 24 million. So I think that that's all in the TikTok stuff. So I can't give you any other answers. You probably know this more than me. I mean, you've done more math and you've figured out a lot more of this than I have, but that's, thank you for telling me that. I'm going to go talk with the label, see if they can pay me some extra advance or something, because I'm not getting compensated fairly for this. I'll tell you that right now.
No. That's like record stuff, and you don't even know about it. It's crazy though it's hard to comprehend those types of numbers and everything. So for TikTok too, so many artists blow up, and I just want to get your like take on it with having a song so viral like that. Is there cons to it where like a song that has 340 million streams that maybe it doesn't lend to your other art you've made, or is it just great overall to have that exposure?
I would say this. I mean, all the videos that I've been releasing are using that song. So a lot of the audience is sick of it. And they say, oh, stop sharing this song. You know, and the way I see it is that there's what, 7 billion people. I don't know how many, if it's 8 billion now. I'm really bad with numbers, but I will say 99.9% of the people in the world haven't heard it yet. So I'm going to keep putting it in my TikToks. I don't care what people say. I don't give a damn. I love it. I think it's a great song, and I'm going to keep putting it on there no matter how much people hate this. So I'm going to go with it.
As you should. As you should.
And I'll say this too. I've been working on this, 10 years for my career professionally. No one cared the whole entire 10 years. And it's only in the last month that people are actually like excited and starting to feel like this is a real thing. So I've been making music for 20 years for fun. And now in the last 10 years, nobody's cared. So, I mean, all I will say is, yeah, it's incredible that finally people are starting to care because it's your life's work. And that's all I could dream of.
Right. And you talked about how this is like a really unstable career. Do you always want to do music, or what else would you have done?
So during COVID, I wrote 2 feature film screenplays. I've been working on those, pouring my heart into that. My real dream is to just make feature films. I found that it's, extremely expensive and complicated getting the funding and people to trust you. So I'm using music videos as my film school. I write and direct all my videos. I'm now starting to produce my music videos as well, working with other production companies, but working as a head producer on them. So building out my own production company. I've made 17 of these documentaries the last 4 years. So I'm producing those, directing those, working on, music videos are my film school, and so are my documentaries. So I'm making as much film as I can. I've always made music and film since my childhood just for fun. It's what I always did. I didn't know it could be a job. And as I mature and explore as a storyteller, I find film is really my dream. So I'm in the process of segueing out of music into film. I think I still got another good year or so left in me. We'll see when Cowboy Tears finally gets released. But I will say, yeah, I'm going to be making feature films exclusively, and I will retire officially. I did retire this last couple years during the pandemic, and it gave me time to write these movies. And I did make some music for fun, and I say, why not? Let's release some of it if the fans want it. If not, I'm just going to listen to it myself while I write my movies. And,
that's happiness.
I'm making stuff. That's all that matters. I'm getting my hands dirty, and I'm creating every day. So I cannot complain.
No, absolutely not. Cowboy Tears. Where's the name come from? And what does it mean?
Cowboy Tears.
I was a cowboy for Halloween last night. Wow. And
I love it.
How would you make me cry?
So here's the thing. Cowboys are the toughest guys, right? So Cowboy Tears is about, it's okay for us tough guys, you and me, to cry. And the thing is, it's okay for everybody to cry. And it's important that we all do, because as it turns out, there's a lot of anger that comes out of holding in your emotions. And that's really popular for guys. We don't really know how to let our emotions out. So we just let it out with anger. So Cowboy Tears is teaching people how to let it out and be able to put it out in a way that isn't going to be violent or self-destructive. Because it's very healthy to cry. I cry all the time. I cry tears of happiness pretty much all the time, every couple of days. So
I know you don't listen to anyone's music, but sometimes you hit a song, it just makes you cry. It's good.
It's important. It's very healthy. And so for me, my album names and my albums are around big themes. And so Ugly is Beautiful was learning how to love ourselves. The flaws that we think are flaws are really just the things that make us unique and who we are. And that's what builds our character. So Ugly is Beautiful was about that message. Cowboy Tears is teaching people, it's important that we cry. It's important that we let it out. I'm really into juxtaposition and things that shouldn't go together. So, Cowboy Tears, that's the last thing you think about when you think about a tough cowboy.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm so excited for the tour. I mean, you've talked about how you're coming out of retirement for this, I guess, farewell tour is what we're going as. When does retirement really start? And what does it look like? Like, what are you doing in retirement?
So retirement is going to be just making feature films, working as a director and a writer, and hopefully a producer as well. But I don't have a dream to be an actor. I've used my image and likeliness to build a career, and it's time for me to step behind the camera and really focus as what I can show as a storyteller, because that's what I am first and foremost. I got into this to make stories be told, and music's the most effective way to do that out the gate, because it's very easy to get someone to listen to a 3-minute song. It's very hard to get someone to sit through an hour and a half or 2 hour movie. So now I'm getting people to trust me so I can, get this audience translated over into film. I found with music, when I first was releasing content online, it was pretty much just comedy videos and stupid videos, and people pretty much loved that, and they didn't know I made music. And even starting on Vine, I had videos that had millions of views with this character Turbo, who I used for the first album. Every time I post his videos, I'd get 1 million views, and my music would never get 1 million views. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I used the image as a vehicle to pull people over to my music. And I found that when I was releasing stuff online, when I started Instagram and different things, people were like, this guy is going to make music, this is going to be awful, and as they should have, rightfully so, thought. They basically realized, this guy actually made music first. So it was interesting to see. I found that you can pretty much translate over. If I want to be a chef, I could be a chef. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what I want to be, as long as that's what I really love and what I've been doing. I'm not changing. This is just what I've been doing. People just haven't seen it.
So excited for those next things. I can't wait to see what it is. You're going to go on juggling. I feel like that's a skill that you've been hiding.
I love, I went to clown college. I went to banana school. So I spent some time, and I grew up traveling with the Pickle Family Circus. So my parents both worked in the circus. My mom was a trapeze artist, and my father he worked with, doing the lead, kind of setting people up, ringleader, kind of bringing in lions and different things and doing stunts. And both my parents were, the term is kind of outdated, but we were cronies. We were traveling with the circus, and that's where I really learned to love traveling, and I learned about entertainment.
Wow. Well, speaking of that family, it's family time coming up. We hit November officially. When does Christmas start for you? What's the date?
I mean, I'll put it this way. Christmas is every day for a guy like me. I wake up excited like it's Christmas when I was a little kid, and I'm not saying that lightly. So
2001. Let's go back to 2001 real quick. You got
when I got my first Razor scooter, bro. That changed my life.
Opening that up.
Yeah. So that was a crazy moment, because when I opened it, it wasn't even, that year I had bought myself a fake scooter. It was a zipper. It had like a whale tail on it. It was really bad, super clunky, super heavy. Christmas 2001 is when I got my first Razor scooter. And that changed my life, man. And that was really where I conceived the idea to build the world's biggest scooter. And I don't know if you know this, but I have the Guinness World Record for building the world's biggest scooter. I built it and crashed it last year.
Almost got to the line, I know.
No, I made it to the line, so I actually got the record. But
okay, good.
A gust of wind took me, and I hit the finish line and didn't exactly break through it, knocked over, and I ended up getting taken out of there in an ambulance. You could see that online. But it's on my YouTube channel. But I did build the world's biggest scooter, and if you Google who built the world's biggest scooter, you will find yours truly.
Well, I'm so glad you're healed up now. You're looking great. Like you look refreshed and rejuvenated. And again, I'm so excited to see you February 19th. You kick it off in LA. Congrats on Ugly is Beautiful and all the upcoming projects. We can't wait.
It's a pleasure, bro. Thanks for everything. Right. And I'll see you in the TikTok sphere.
Can't wait. I know. You don't even have it, but I can't wait to collab. So
yes, so we'll make some videos. Hopefully we can hang when I come through.
Sounds good, dude. Oliver Tree, thanks for doing an Audacy check-in. Appreciate you, man.
My honor. Have a great day, bro.
Talk to you soon. Thanks.